evening, everybody. Welcome along to this edition of SportsView on nearmedia.tv. All the info is on the bottom of your screen. We're going out live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and our YouTube channel, and you can make your comments straight in here to the studio, and we will do the rest for you. Good evening, Joe, and welcome.
Evening, Pat. How are you?
Very well, and we have the usual fare on the show this evening. We have information on soccer, rugby, golf, Formula One, tennis, snooker. The World Championship in snooker is on its final two legs, two parts today. For people who are interested in that, and we'll bring you the up to date. And Man City are playing the last of the Premiership matches as we're on air tonight. We'll keep you abreast of that as well. But just to start off, Joe, with soccer, we had in the Premiership over the weekend. It's coming to a close now, the Premiership. There's only 2 or 3 matches left. And in the Premiership, Leeds beat Brentford 3-1, Bournemouth 3-1. Brentford beat West Ham 3-0. Newcastle had a 3-1 win over Brighton, and Bournemouth had a 3-0 win over Crystal Palace. Man United beat Liverpool 3-2 in Old Trafford, and Spurs had a win over Villa, well-earned win, and they looked very well. Who else? Chelsea were beaten today by Nottingham Forest 3-1. And Everton are playing Man City, as I said tonight. We'll give you abreast of that. It looks like Arsenal, I've seen it with all Fulham. It looks like Arsenal have steadied the ship, Joe, and they're on track to win it now, I'd say.
Well, you can never count City out. I mean, that's the thing with it, you know. I mean, we all know that they can run off a run of victories. But I think if they drop any more, if they drop any more points, if they don't win out, I don't think they can win it.
Yes, I mean they have a sticky match tonight against Everton. Everton are sticky enough team, you know, and I think that they will be well tested tonight in that match. I think myself, you know.
Yeah, I mean tonight's match is going to be an interesting one, just because Everton have had a couple of iffy results lately, unlike them, and but I still have a hankering for City to win it. I just think that they might have a little bit more. Although Arsenal did seem to get back on the horse at the weekend, but by winning 3-0. But I still think that the Champions League might be something that still has something to play out in it. In this, I think it does. It just has a way if you lose in it, you're so disappointed that it's hard to pick yourself up, and then when you're in it, you're so focused on it that you lose. You might lose your focus for the league side of it. So it's an interesting. It's really interesting how it's all going to go.
Well, it is with Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. It is going to be. We always thought it's going to be a tight match, you know, and look, it's shaping up that way as well, you know.
Oh yeah.
And the same one doesn't know what to say with Bayern Munich and PSG. I mean, 5-4. I mean, they must go over to Bayern Munich now and play them with just a goal ahead.
Right.
That could wind up in a. I must say, I mean, Vincent Kompany has done an awful good job at Bayern Munich.
Oh, he has, yes. And you know, to be fair as well. So yeah, so I mean, so they've done the same at PSG. They've got a great team and both teams are full of good young players.
Yeah,
exciting players and players that can turn the game in a split second. And then equally, you know, I mean, the way that they play, they're so wide open that they could lose it just as easily, you know.
the the football philosophy of both managers seems to attack
Yes, it does. It
all the
does.
time, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it does, and it's kind of interesting to watch it because you'd have people on one side of it saying, "Well, that's fantastic football; it should be played like that all the time." But then you have the other side to it, and you have the Jose Mourinho side to it. That well, you got to defend. You got to defend at some point. You can't play every game 5-4.
No.
I mean, it'd be great for the spectators, but it would, it would have the rest of us tearing our hair out. But it's great stuff to see it. I mean, I just don't see that realistically, becoming a norm in the Premier League because there's too much to lose in it.
Yeah,
Bayern have already won the league where they are, and they can rest players from time to time. PSG are the same. They look like they're going to win the league again, and they can rest their players, but that's not the same in the Premier League. They
yeah,
can't do that, you know.
yeah. Bayern Munich are champions of Germany. They're 20 points ahead, and
Yeah,
there's, there's only two games left. So Bayern Munich are champions. Over in Italy, Inter Milan are champions again, and in Spain, Barcelona are 11 points ahead of Real Madrid. So looks like Barcelona have won the league in Spain. Villarreal is third, and Atletico Madrid are in fourth place. So the usual names that crop up every year are
right.
still there. In Germany, Bayern Munich, as I said, are ahead of Borussia Dortmund, Leipzig, Leverkusen, Stuttgart, and Hoffenheim. They're the ones that are well. That's the order I think they'll finish as well. And in Inter Milan were 12 points ahead of Napoli, AC Milan, Juventus, Como, who have there are three games left. Como, who are managed by Cesc Fabregas. He's done a great job with that team. They've really been punching away above their weight, as they say, and they've had a fantastic season. It's not over yet. They could finish in third or fourth place. You know,
Yeah.
yes.
Did they just get promoted last year?
I think they only came up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they only came up, Joe, and
yeah,
they've done an incredible job, with
yeah,
them. And in the championship in Britain, Coventry City won the championship, and Ipswich are in second place. So they're both promoted to the Premiership. And the playoffs are between Millwall, Southampton, Middlesbrough, and Hull City picked Wrexham for the last spot. So Hull are in the playoffs. So that'll be an interesting playoff. There are four good teams.
they
There
are
are
four good teams. Yeah,
four good
yeah.
teams. League One, I must congratulate Brian Barry Murphy, son of the legend hurler Jimmy Barry Murphy, who was managing Cardiff City. He managed them to the promotion to the championship from League One. So themselves and Lincoln City are gone up, and then it's either Stockport, Bradford, Bolton, or Stevenage. Stevenage picked Luton Town for the final spot. So they're in that. In League Two, Joe, we have Bromley, MK Dons, and Cambridge gone up from League Two, and the playoffs are Salford City, Notts County, Chesterfield, and Grimsby Town. So they're in the playoffs for this final spot for promotion.
Right. I
Barnet,
saw that.
Barnet just missed out there.
Yeah,
And,
I watched the Bromley Salford game
yeah,
last week, and Bromley really. I mean, they've had a great season, and in that game, of course, Salford had to win to make sure of
yeah,
promotion or to make sure of getting in the playoffs.
yeah,
But Bromley just didn't look at the races that night. They were missing their centre forward, the guy that scores a lot of goals for them.
yeah.
But they've done a great job there because they came out of nowhere from last year to go on this. And are they playing for the championship this weekend, or have they already been? Has that already been decided?
Who
Bromley
they're
in
well,
League Two.
there's a game left.
One game left.
Well, Bromley Dons at Cambridge are the 1, 2, 3, so they've already got promotion. According to the thing here, but
Right.
yeah,
What?
and
How many points do Bromley have, and how many
I
points
didn't
do?
I didn't write down the points now.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't
No,
write
I
down.
know that it's a tight one for them to win the championship. So that's interesting till the last day of the season.
That's
So
in League Two, in League Two in Britain, and Grimsby had a very good finish to the season, Joe.
they did. They
They
did.
had they had some cracking results in the season,
Yeah. Yeah.
scoring goals for fun, as they say. Oh, here's a
Yeah.
picture of our hero. There's Brian Ballymurphy there. Oh no, it's not. That's Brian Cunningham of Treaty United in Limerick. Oh, that is there. They're having a bad season, I must say. Treaty United,
Are they?
unfortunately. Yeah. They're in Division One, and they're down the bottom half of it, really, and they're. Uh, I'm surprised the team itself hasn't caught on with the Limerick public. It hasn't caught on. So, well, thank you, Mary. Where are we? No, no.
What's up there?
Bromley have 87 points, Joe. MK Dons has 86. Cambridge have 82. Salford have 81. That's County of 80. Chesterfield has 79. And Grimsby Town has 78.
Yeah. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the final table. 46 games, yeah. That's the final table.
Oh, so
So
Bromley did end up winning it then
it is by a point, yeah.
by a point. Yeah. Well, I think they were nearly top all the way through the season, so
They
they
were, they were
deserved
up
it.
they were up in the top three.
Yeah.
And so it'll be an interesting one. Oh yeah, maybe you put up the full table. Oh yeah, full table there. Gosh, I'm just looking at Bristol Rovers, and they've gone down a lot. I wonder, is that the bottom table? I don't know. Oh, it's not. No, that's oh no, how do I get that? I don't know. We leave it there.
Oh, yeah.
We leave it there. But that was it. They are champions by a point. Well, the MK Dons are a bit of an enigma. They're I don't know what kind of a team they have now. I just don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
it is
and
interesting. That I'm not sure how it's going there because it's not seemed to caught on to have caught on as well as they had hoped for
no,
when
no,
they moved there.
yeah.
And I mean Milton Keynes, I don't even know really what kind of a city it is or
Of
what
course,
industry it's got, if it does have any.
we have back to the old Wimbledon team, and one day the
Right.
remnants of the old Wimbledon team.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you have AFC Wimbledon as well. I don't know where they're operating out of now.
And I don't know. Are they still in London?
I don't know that. Let's find out.
Yeah,
AFC
I don't
Wimbledon.
know if did Plough Lane get knocked down where they used to play?
I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not too
I
sure.
don't. I have some recollection of somebody talking about it, but I
Yeah.
mean they had. I mean, I remember playing against them in the old fourth division back in the days,
Yeah.
and then they couple of years after I finished, they went through and won the FA Cup, got into the first division and what have you. And they had a great run there for a while. Joe
Yeah.
Kinnear was the manager there for a while. Our own Joe.
Yeah.
Um, but that they were an entertaining group, that's for sure.
Oh, there were no doubt about it. And anyway, we leave soccer for a minute, and you're listening to Sports You here on watching, I should say, on TV. And thanks to all the people who tuned in. And I'm just checking the comments. No comments yet. So we're obviously entertaining them, Joe. There's no comments yet. And when we want to rugby, in the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup are the two big competitions for club rugby in Europe. And in the two finals, we have two Irish teams playing two French teams. In the Champions Cup over the weekend, Leinster beat Toulon 29-25 in the semi-final, and Bordeaux beat Bath 30-26 in the other semi-final. So it's Bordeaux playing Leinster. Bordeaux has that guy Bill Barry, the French winger,
Oh yeah,
with the red cap, scored
yeah.
outside. To be interesting to see how he get on against them. So in the Challenge Cup, then you had Ulster beating Exeter 28-12 and Montpellier beating the Dragons 18-12. So it's Montpellier and Ulster in this final of the Challenge Cup. So next weekend, as we know, or some people might know, the Women's Six Nations Rugby Championship comes to a finale. And that's next weekend for people who are interested in that. That's what's coming up in rugby over the weekend. Now I was saying Darwin isn't here or golf expert, but nevertheless, over the weekend, the Cadillac Championship was on in golf. It's a big one over in Durrell Blue Monster course. Now Darwin will be able to wax still a kill about that. I can't. I don't know anything about it. And that was won by Cameron Young, $3.6 million for his troubles. Shane Lowry, Cameron Young finished at minus 19 and Shane Lowry finished at minus 6. He was well down the field. That was James Lowry, but he won $170,000 for his troubles. Anyway. In the Riviera Ladies Maya Open in Mexico, and then he called won that at minus 17, and she's $375,000 was her share of the pot. And young Lauren Welsh from Ireland, who's another Irish professional on the circuit for about 2 or 3 years now, maybe more. She finished at plus five, and I think she did well. In Mauritius, then in the ladies European Tour in Mauritius, and in that Smalley Sunburn from Sweden won that at minus 14. Amy Foster from Ireland finished at minus 5, and our own, when I say our own, Annie Dinnigan from Clare here, it's her first year as a professional on the tour. Annie Dinnigan, she finished at minus 1. She did well. That's her fourth or fifth tournament, so she's doing all well. She's making the cut and she's learning the trade, as I say, but it's going to be tough. In the Mauritius course, that course was designed by Hugh Bayaki, if anybody ever heard of him. He was a South African golfer.
Now that's a name from the past.
It is.
I know that name for a while.
You remember him, Hugh Bayaki?
Oh yeah, yeah,
He played his trade on the European Tour for the years,
yeah.
A good golfer, a very good golfer in the 70s and 80s. So he's still not getting on now. I checked him out, but that was him. In Formula One, an awful lot of the young drivers are coming to the fore. The fearlessness of youth is coming to the fore in Formula One. Is that how you put it? Antonelli won the Miami Grand Prix. Norris was second and Piastri third. In the driver standings after that race, Antonelli is leading on 100 points. Russell is on 80. Charles Leclerc is on 59. Norris is on 51. And Lewis Hamilton is on 51. He's still there. Lewis Hamilton is still knocking around. And Verstappen is further down the field. But it seems the Red Bull are not as competitive this year as they were last year.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that
It's
seems to
surprising.
happen though, doesn't it? In
It does,
motor car racing,
and
it just seems to be, like Mercedes were so dominant there for a while with
yeah,
Hamilton, and then they kind of went off,
they
and
were.
somebody else caught up. Red Bull came along and did their thing. So that seems to be just the way that that sport goes. Uh,
Yeah,
you know,
we
they
we
they try
we have
something different. It doesn't work with the car, and it throws everything else out.
yeah. I
And
mean,
somebody else takes over.
we have the entry this year of the Cadillac team have entered Formula One. Now they're competing all right, like, but they're still down at the other end of the grid, as they say. But I mean, I don't know how they'll do, and I don't know. I mean, the amount of money, it's phenomenal. The amount of money it costs to put a car into Formula One is, it's eye-watering money. That's
Yes.
what I say, eye-watering when you think of it. You wouldn't get the likes of a team of Eddie Jordan, for instance, was one of those teams that came into Formula One in the 80s.
Right.
You wouldn't get that now. You won't get that at all now.
Are Williams still
Yeah,
racing?
Williams is still in it, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. And uh, they're not competitive, you know. I
uh,
haven't seen Formula One now for a while, you know. I haven't been a fan of Formula One for a while, you know. But
yeah.
they have a lot of followers, all right. So there's a few people I know now who love the Formula One race, and they follow it all the time. But I wouldn't be that conversant with the workings of the teams, you know,
Right.
and that kind of thing, you know. But I think it's like a lot of sports you follow when you're young. When one or two of your heroes are killed, you know, like Ayrton Senna was a big
Yeah.
one. When Ayrton Senna, I know you look back at things with rose tinted glasses sometimes, but nevertheless, I always felt that the year of the 1970s, 1980s was a golden era for Formula One. I thought myself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
people like Nicky Lauda, James Hunt, um, Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost from France, and all those people. I thought they were fantastic, you know, myself.
Nigel Mansell, he was around about that time,
Mansell,
I
yeah,
think.
nice Mansell, that's right, yeah. He's a
Yeah.
good one too. And Damon Hill,
Devin Hill, yeah.
yeah, Damon Hill, yeah. And of course, Damon Hill had to be a racing driver in the
Yeah.
family again. He didn't have a choice, did he? The first men's tennis Grand Slam is coming up soon, which is the French Open. And the lead up to that, there's a couple of big tournaments on the Madrid 1000 tournaments, which over €1 million for the winner. And the Madrid one is just finished over the weekend. For the men and women, get equal money now for, as you know, in tennis, which is, I think, insane. But anyway, the next big one up in the clay season is the Rome Clay Open, and Novak Djokovic is entered for that. He's one of the favourites to win it at 39 years of age. It's amazing, isn't it? He's entered in that. But in the one that's gone by, the Doper won it against Sinner. He beat Zverev in the final. He absolutely annihilated him, 6-1, 6-2 in the final. He won €1.1 million for his troubles. And Mada Kostyuk from Ukraine beat young Andreeva, 6-3, 7-5 in the women's title. And it was a 1.1 million for the winner and 650,000. It's an incredible amount of money in a sport like tennis. You call tennis, Joe, a minority sport.
Well, I was, I was just going to say there, you look at tennis and you look at motor racing,
Yeah,
which are two of the they're elite sports, but they're minority sports in a lot of ways.
yes.
Um, and yet they have the most money
Oh,
thrown.
they have incredible, incredible.
Yeah, and it just blows me away. I mean, where else is golf? Another one of them. I mean, would that
Yeah,
be there? Uh, it's just
$3.6 million to the winner over the weekend.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's I think an awful lot of big, mainly in America, so a lot of those big financial companies would be attracted to a sport like golf because they're in the business of money,
right,
and for some reason, a lot of people playing golf would be wealthy. Or they're going to
yeah.
be wealthy, and if they're any good, they're going to be wealthy. In
Uh,
golf,
it
and
seems though it seems that those three sports kind of draw some of the same kind of sponsors.
it does. You see the same names
Yeah,
across Formula
yeah,
One, tennis, and golf. Yeah,
yeah.
they have a very good marketing team. All those sports have anyway.
They sure do.
Because
They sure
they get
do.
a lot of airtime on television as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As
I
you
mean,
say,
you just have to think about it. You know, how long does a Formula One race last,
an hour and 10 minutes an hour.
right? And then you look at a round of golf. How long does that take?
Too long.
Sometimes it can be too long, depending on how you
four,
play.
4 to 5 hours.
And then a game of tennis can be 5 sets. So 5 sets can run into what? An hour
Cover
or
up.
so.
Yeah. But in the ones that were played the weekend, there's only 3 sets, the best of
Right.
three. So they're all the best of three until you come to the grand slams. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
they're the best of five.
I mean, just think of how much time those sponsors spend on television,
Yeah.
on live TV right there, So I suppose it makes it all worthwhile for them.
The exposure is what they look at. The exposure, and it's right now. I mean, the sponsors of the Grand Slam, of the Roland Garros French Open, that's already being advertised on all the different television channels, all the platforms, even though it's not happening for a while yet.
Yeah.
And they're already with that, and even in the commentary with the 1,000 events, they're already being mentioned and referred to as well. So
Yeah.
it's an incredible sport. In At the moment, we have the World Snooker Championship is coming to a close this evening between the very young, exciting Wu Zi against Sean Murphy, and he has an incredible backstory. That's Wu Zi there now, and that's him. At the age of 8 or 9, pictured with Stephen Hendry. For people who, I mean, I mean, he's an incredible backstory for people who want to read about it. Not everybody in China is wealthy, as we know, and his father sacrificed everything, came over to England with him. They lived in a one-room digs for a while, and all they had was one bed in it, and so he'd keep the money for coaching. It's a very good backstory if you want to read it, but he's a phenomenal player. I'm not saying I hope he win it, but he's a phenomenal player. And at the moment, it's the first to 18, and at the moment, it's 15 all for
Oh
the
wow.
final. So it's down to the wire. And there's a €500,000 to the winner. And there you go. That's the World Championship in snooker. Now, let's see. Now, let me see. Don't forget you can make your comments straight in here to the studio by emailing us or by texting us at the email Atlantis Contact, and the email is down there at the bottom of your screen. Now, Joe, who's going to be the next manager of Manchester United? Will Will
Well,
Carrick get the job?
I think it'd be very that is so interesting because they screwed that up so badly with Amarin, and that was a giant cluster. I mean that just was beyond. Um, it was just beyond belief that
Just,
he
just,
would be that bad.
just completely daft pointing.
It but I mean, the thing is, it's hard because he had done so well in Portugal, but then again, you look at the Portuguese league, and it's not exactly the strongest.
There's
When you,
just only two or three teams. That's it.
yeah, so you know, you'd have to think that Carrick has done enough to get the job. The only problem that Carrick has now is they still have the memory of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and what happened with him.
Yeah, and we're looking back at Amarin. If he was left there, he could have got so relegated.
Yeah, he could have. He could have. And Michael Carrick has come along with what he's done, and don't forget, he's got a very good right hand man there.
Yes, yes,
So,
and so I mean, Casemiro is a complete different player under Carrick.
but I watched him again yesterday against Liverpool,
Yeah,
and Casemiro looks like he's dropped about a stone
yeah,
in weight,
yeah.
and he looks way fitter than he did
Amarin.
when he first arrived. And and he the way he's been going and the way he's been playing, um, you know, that was the player that they thought they were getting in the beginning, and
Yes,
uh, and
yes.
now he's proven to be that player. So
Oh,
um,
he's brilliant.
he really is. He's brought a whole different. He's a completely different player than the one that started off at United. I'm just wondering, who are they going to go and get? Because when you look at it by now, you look at all the guys that have been at Chelsea and all failed.
Yeah,
Right? You've had Amarin has failed. I mean, you're looking at Pochettino. If he leaves the US job, Nagelsmann if he leaves the Germany job, Tuchel isn't going to be leaving the England job. So
no.
who do you actually go out and get?
I mean, I'll throw something out there now. I suggested to what's his name, Derwin, on social media because they were talking about who they applying. But I know, hear me out now. I know Burnley were relegated.
Right.
I, but if you want to be honest about the game of soccer, in my opinion, Scott Parker had Burnley playing a style of soccer that was very good on the eye, very good to watch. I know they've been relegated, but there's a lot more than soccer involved when you relegate. There's the resources the club has, there's the players, the panel and all, the squad and all that. I think Scott Parker has a very good football philosophy.
Well, I think so. I mean, Scott Parker has got two teams promoted to the Premier League.
Yeah,
He got Bournemouth promoted, didn't he, and Burnley promoted. So he has a track record of doing that. Um, they did it once before where they kept Vincent Company got relegated and they kept him, and he got promoted right back again. So it's it's just to me. I thought that he had a good chance of staying. I think he's a good manager. He does a good job with his team because his team's playing well. Um, and it just makes you wonder what these folks are looking for. You know,
yeah. And the only thing I'd say about Man United is you have too many people that know very little about soccer and running of a team involved in decision making. You know?
yeah, It's interesting. I mean, it really is interesting. But you know, United now have got. It's all well and good saying we need to be in the Champions League, this, that, and the other thing, and we need to be challenging for the Premier League and for domestic trophies and what have you.
Yeah, yeah.
But how are they going to put that squad of players together to get the quality that they need to compete on all those levels? And we've already seen it happen. We've seen how long it's taken Arsenal to get to where they are right now, and they still haven't uh,
Reached the
climbed
worry.
the last rung of the ladder to get up there.
Yeah,
We saw with Liverpool under Klopp how long it took him to get from there. We've seen how it's taken Man City time to rebuild their teams to get them back, challenging for that. So and we're looking at Liverpool now. Liverpool, if you watch them in the first half of the game yesterday against United, they don't, they don't look like they're interested. You
I,
know, there's,
I
there's,
think they're in trouble as a team.
well, I mean, they look like they're on holiday already.
Yeah,
And I mean that's a terrible thing to say, but they do look like it. That they had nobody making forward runs yesterday, nobody threatening. I mean, they only scored the two goals because United gave them to them.
there were mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was like, and in the first half, it looked like every time United went down the field, they might be able to score
yeah.
or get an attempt on goal for sure.
They're,
So,
they're,
and
they're
he
back.
must, he must have
They're
just
too,
gone in at half time and
I
laid in.
think I think their two centre backs are very poor.
Yeah, they are, and
They're
they're
really poor.
still, they're still saying they're fullbacks. I mean, you- uh, I don't know, their two fullbacks look very, very well. The your man that they got from Bournemouth
Yeah,
hasn't hit the ground running. Now he might come good in the second year, but when you've got Jones playing at right back, and he's not a right back, you and Van Dijk realistically
where
cannot play a full season anymore.
where did Arne Start come from?
Didn't he come from? Did he come from Feyenoord or Eindhoven? I mean, it it's really interesting to see now, given that they've had a lot of injuries as well, and they've lost some of their guys injury wise, and it'd be unfair to not think of what happened to Diego Jota not affecting the
Oh
play.
yeah, there's that obviously. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I mean
A
that would
different
be, just think
people
about it.
get
That
it.
would be a huge loss to anybody. A player,
Well,
not just a player of the quality, but a teammate. You know,
yeah,
and such an influential teammate.
he
Uh,
was an absolutely brilliant player. I'm not saying that because he passed away. I'm saying he was a brilliant player for them.
yeah, he
Just
was. He was a terrific player, and so that's going to be really. I, but again, it's not Arnie Slot that's deciding what players they're bringing in. It's the guys upstairs,
yeah,
and it's that they're the ones that get an out of jail card and just say, well, yeah, well, here's these guys. You go and make them into that. You go. I think they're great players, but football is a game of opinions.
it
And if
is.
I don't think somebody
Yeah,
is a good player, then I'm not going to change. It's very difficult for me to change my mind,
yeah,
And if he's not my kind of player, then it's unfair if I come to you and you like a certain kind of player and I give you a totally different one and say, there you go, Pat, do the job with him.
yeah,
and make him into what we need him to be, then it just doesn't happen that way.
that's
And
true. And you have the same scenario at Manchester United, and
right,
I know people will be on Michael Carrick's side.
yeah.
I don't know has he the temperament to lead Man United to the challenge of the European Cup and the league title. I don't know whether he has the experience or whether he will be given his head to do that. I don't know that. I
Well,
see a I
that's.
see a forceful personality that says, you know, they can stand by his decisions.
Oh, I think he can stand by his decisions, but I think that the other thing that you need to that we talked about a few minutes ago, and you need to look at again. England got to the European final, right?
Yeah,
And they talked about Gareth Southgate, and Gareth Southgate was he? Did he have the temperament to do this? You know what Michael Carrick and uh, Gareth Southgate have in common? They both have the same assistant manager, Steve Holland. Steve Holland, an assistant manager, sometimes can be just as important or more important than the manager himself. Matt Busby always had, what's his name, Jimmy Murphy.
and you had Taylor with Clough.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, guys, that Steve Holland is a huge influence in that dressing room and in that club, and he's he he may not be a number one guy, but he's certainly a guy that behind the scenes is huge and has a huge influence. And I think that's the difference in
yeah.
what they have compared to before. So um, it'll be interesting, and you know, no matter what anybody says, once the decision is made, the knives will come out. They
I
always
think
do,
that well, there's no doubt that Michael Carrick is in pole position for the job,
and he should be.
and if it's a results based format they're looking for, well, he's got them. He's got them there, and
Right.
they have European football now next season to look forward to.
Yep.
And which is a big boost for the club. It'll boost the profile of the club. It'll boost the attractiveness of the club for players as well to come to. Again, and I don't know.
It'd be very interesting to see if United brought all all the players that they had and Amarin sent out on loan, and you were to bring those back. If you were to bring the likes of Rashford back and Hoyland back, and who else did they let go? But it'd be interesting to bring those guys back and see what Carrick and Holland could do with those guys working
Yes,
with.
yes, and did they sell Highland or loan him out?
I think he's still on loan,
Oh
and
yeah,
there may be an agreement in place for him to come back.
yeah,
Um, you
that'd be
know,
interesting.
I just wonder if the guy that they're not missing there sometimes now that Casemiro is going, McTominay, if
Yeah,
he
McTominay. Yeah,
if he would not have been the missing link with that group of guys.
he's playing with Napoli, isn't it?
He's with
Napoli's,
Napoli, yeah,
but
yeah,
he's a god over there.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a god over there. I
Oh, he
can't.
is, he is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If he said there, I can't see him coming. But it would be interesting to see, if he gets the job, what resources he's given, and
but and that's going to be the big thing because for them to come back, they spent so much money so poorly in the past that I don't know what resources they've got left to be able to go out and do something. And we all saw what Liverpool did last year, right? So there's
yeah,
no guarantee that any of those players are going to come good.
No, but
You know,
Man United needs tweaking the team that they had out there yesterday. They need more players in to the
oh
club.
yes, they
You
do,
know,
but they need starting players in.
yeah,
They need guys that are going to come in and be hit
play.
hit hit the road running
Yeah,
and just get out there and be that, and then let the other guys support and learn their trade from behind. I mean, I watched is it Dorgu yesterday came on in the second half, and he just like looked totally out of sorts. He did not look. He just looked totally ineffectual in that game.
they didn't look ready to play, did
No, he didn't. I don't think he did, and
they? Yeah,
it so it they they need they may be okay. I think that they need a right back. They look like the centre halves they're okay with now, with the ones that have got, and that they're happy with. And the two younger guys might come on and do a real good, do well for him. But they need a good midfield player, defensive midfield player that can they can add a little bit extra. And I'm looking around at guys. I watched the guy that they were interested in for Brighton, and I don't think he's the answer for it. I think Casado, who was on the radar before, I think he's gone backwards
yeah,
since he left Brighton. Um,
yeah.
so finding a good, powerful defensive midfielder is going to be really important. And actually, when when they had to take Sesko off yesterday
Yeah,
and they pushed Bruno up top,
yeah.
that just did not work
No,
at all.
no, no.
Uh, if they may need another centre forward because Sesko seems to um, be he's improving, he's getting better and better, and he seems to be a huge factor in all the things that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always around something in the box. So when he goes out, then they need somebody else in there to be able to do that. And that's where Hoyland might come back into the frame if they don't.
He could very well come back in. I'm looking forward to Coventry City and Ipswich coming up now to the Premiership.
It's going to be really interesting to see how those two teams do.
I hope Millwall will come up. You know, I'd like to see Chelsea going over to Millwall to play again.
Oh, you want to see a bit of aggro on the terraces?
That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
wishful thinking on my part, but it would be exciting for Coventry City and if Ipswich to be involved in the Premiership again. You know, I
Oh,
just
yeah.
hope that they'll be able to equip themselves very well in that. You know,
Yeah.
and I just hope they will. Now getting back, when are the return legs? Is it the week after this? The return legs are.
No, it's, isn't it tomorrow? And what there's today? Tomorrow and Wednesday, isn't it?
Is
Are
it?
the legs?
I'll just check that now. Let me see. Um, Man City are 1-0 up at half time, and Doku has scored in the match. But on Tuesday, that's tomorrow night, Arsenal are playing Atletico Madrid tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and it's 1-1. And as we know in the other match, it's 5-4 on Wednesday night. So
Right.
there we are. So
And
we look.
then on Thursday night you have Aston Villa and Forest.
Yes. Now, we'll be here next Monday night talking about the European Cup final between PSG and Atletico Madrid, will we?
Yeah. Hey, you won't be going back to North London anytime soon. I can tell you
I don't know. I don't
that.
know. I
No,
mean,
it'll
it's a
it'll be
huge,
very.
huge.
I think it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So it. but it you know, Atletico Madrid can be a real stubborn team to play. They're they can be niggly, they can be nasty, they can be uh, they can do
Tricks.
all the dark arts. They can employ them, and it'll be that's going to be an interesting game. That just might be a one goal game. That one might be a 1-0.
It's looking like that.
Yeah,
It's looking like that because they're pretty evenly matched.
yeah, yeah. They
But
are.
the other match is more intriguing for different reasons. I
It
mean,
is indeed. It is
it
indeed, and
it will be incredible for PSG to retain the cup would be something phenomenal for them.
right.
They're still a good team, PSG, and I think they'll have too much for Bayern Munich.
It's. I honest to God think that on that one, whichever team decides they're going to defend the best might be the winner. It just might be.
Uh,
Uh,
anyway, lads, we're coming to the end of another show, and we appreciate the people who tuned in, and thanks very much as well for for staying with us. And Derwin, we'll see you next Monday night. Hopefully, you can shake off your long weekend now. So from Joe Waters and myself, till we see you again next Monday night. Have a good week and take care. Bye,
Good
Joe.
night, Pat. Take care, everybody.